Hey guys, Just Son of Magic here, and Blake Rasmussen, everybody's favorite article writer for Wizards and apparently part-time dramatically lit selfie taker, decided to grace us with another article today, and this one's some kind of early previews for Rivals of Ixalan. Now, the earliest previews came compliments of some sort of Portuguese place because a bunch of the cards were leaked in Portuguese. Okay, like 2. But they were the most important to the storyline, so that's a shame. I'm always not so happy when that happens. It's always kind of funny because it makes Wizards look like a bunch of idiots because they either manufactured it and it's all fake and they're trying to mislead us and lie to us, or they're massively incompetent for like the 10th set in a row and let somebody leak something because evidently they don't take card security seriously enough. But anyway, they say, well, let me just let him explain it. True Rivals of Ixalan previews don't start until January 1st. Mark your calendars, everybody. Woo! I should talk. I have a paper calendar. But that doesn't mean we can't show off a few items before we head into Daily MTG's annual holiday best of season. What does any of that mean? What is Daily MTG? What's the annual holiday best of? Why is it a season? What do you do? What are you talking about? Remember, I follow Magic the Gathering and I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, let's just move on. Without further ado, whoa, take off the monocle there, Shakespeare. Packaging. First up, we've got the booster packaging. Rivals has 5 different booster images, 4 for the various factions and 1 for another denizen of the plane. I thought I had this down, but upon reconsideration, I'm not sure I do. We got the Aztec ripoff people. We've got this one, which I thought was the one-off, because he's just some Planeswalker dude who sort of became a pirate, and he's not even from there, so he'd be the one-off. Except that there's the dinosaur, so now we got 2 Aztec people, the Dino Rider people, so then he'd be the pirate, but then how is that person not from one of the tribes? They're clearly one of the Dino Rider people. Then we got the merfolk, and then the totally not Spanish, shaming white people conquistador clone. So I don't get, we got Aztec, pirate, merfolk, Aztec, vampires. I don't get it. You guys try to find out what the one-off is. I don't know. I really don't. Oh, yes, that pirate is indeed Angrath. Yes, everybody knew that at this point. I knew that after like chapter 2 of the story. Also, here are the bundle and booster box images because I care. What? I don't, Blake, what, were you drinking before you wrote this? What does that mean? What does any of this mean? Why does anybody write for Wizards when they don't know how to write things that make sense? Anyway, I think that's Huatley, the warrior poet, which is the most hipster Seattle thing I've ever heard in my damn life. I bet she brings her typewriter to Starbucks. I guarantee she does. And probably her dinosaur. She probably rides it down the street. So, I don't know, it looks similarly packaged. It almost looks narrower, though, than normal, which is kind of weird. I'm surprised he didn't accidentally call it a fat pack. But sorry, guys, fat is offensive. Sorry, fat people need to be completely shielded from people mentioning the word fat or they might get triggered. And by triggered, they mean motivated to lose weight. Then we got the booster box, which also looks like not deep enough. Like it looks way too narrow. These almost look like they're not product photos. They're like made in like AutoCAD Civil 3D or something. Okay, that would be like the weirdest software to use. Anyway. Next up, you might have already seen these. God, I really wish right here it was the Portuguese cards. Hey guys, you might have already seen these. Whoops, we screwed up for the 100th set in a row. Somebody leaked them. Whoops. But no, Polygon showed off the Planeswalker deck face and exclusive cards last week. We'll show them off here as well, just for the sake of completeness. I can appreciate that as a bit of a perfectionist and pattern enthusiast. But yeah, it's black, red, black, black. I mean, this might be black, white. People are saying they might have put a color in this, but to even share a color is very odd. But it's not like I don't like it. I just think it's very odd. It's just unusual. And both of them look hyper powerful. I mean, I've had people say that they were testing them out by proxying them, and they're good. Like, if you can get their abilities off, they are game-ending, which is the point. This is supposed to be, like, basically a dual deck. So, anyway, I made a whole video about that. By the way, I guarantee Polygon get this, like, 3-week early exclusive because they wrote the hit piece on Jeremy. Pretty sure they did. That was Polygon and Kotaku, isn't it? I don't know. I might be way off, but if that's what they did, then screw them. So then we got all these. I already made a what do you call it? Like a Rivals spoiler video featuring all these. So I'm not going to like, focus on them or anything. Although Vraska's Scorn. Oh no, that one was in there too. I thought that one didn't look familiar. Now we got some info about the open house. God. He does not know how to write an article. You've probably already seen this. Hey guys, you might have already seen this, and you've probably already seen this. Why are you even reading this article at this point? I hate my job and my life. Woo! Like, seriously, dude. It's like the hype train didn't even get out of the station. He's not even trying. You've probably already seen this, but if not, here's the gorgeous Silvergill Adept. And then you highlight over it, and it's the wrong one. It's like the Lorwyn one. Oh my god. You can get by participating in the open house on January 6th through 7th, which I thought the release was January 8th for these. I might be wrong. I might be way off. I honestly just don't even care. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. It's going to be moderately valuable. It should be like, maybe $4 on a good day. So that's, might as well go. Open houses are just a blast because they're like so super chill. And the stupid net decker spike types never show up to them because it's so not their scene. Next up, League. Apparently that's still a thing that's going on. I don't know or care if my LGS is holding it. Participate in a league and you could do some exploring of your own with this fancy Evolving Wilds. Ooh, I've got like a full foil set from like MM2, so I mean, like fancy pantsy Evolving Wilds really aren't worth that much. I think there was some kind of really big promo one that's like a couple bucks, but whatevs. But still, I love the card and I love this artwork. So the funny thing is they're kind of ripping off, I want to say the Incans? Is that who does the layered things and the whole thing out in, I want to say Peru? Wouldn't that be the Peruvians? I don't know. It looks like something not Aztec, but I got the impression through this whole set with the artwork, the styling, like the little hieroglyphic looking things, the outfits, the jungle, the foliage, like the fact that there's pirates and how they did the water, everything combines to the fact that Wizard seems to think that the entire Yucatan Peninsula, the southern US and Mexico are basically just the same place. Like they just keep using everything intermingled and they're just going to say, oh, that's because we made a fantasy plane and it's its own place and it's not really based on them. Well, it is. I mean, it's just like Kamigawa, aka Space Japan. It is. I mean, you can't just say every time there's an inaccuracy or something drastically like cliche or stereotypical or wrong that, oh, well, that's just our artistic license. No, it's pretty much just one giant stereotype and it's just a lack of research and it's just wrong. And honestly, it's offensive, but whatever. Now we get the buy a box promo. I don't think we've seen this one before because I would have made a joke about it. It's Captain's Hook, not Captain Hook, Captain's Hook. It's a rare 3-cost colorless equipment. Finally, something that might be good. I actually didn't read what it does yet. So he says, on to the promos. First up is the buy a box. Pick up a box of Rivals of Ixalan and you could receive Captain's Hook. You could. Definitely could. They just send stores like 40 basically, or 20 or 30, 50, whatever. And then they're like, good luck. Instead of, hey, I ordered 100 boxes. Can we get 100 of them? Which is the proper way to do it. But that would make way too much sense. Well, also they get them from multiple distributors. There's actual reasons. It's kind of ironic to me that it doesn't work. Anyway, while supplies last, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Equipped creature gets +2 attack and has menace. That's pretty good. And is a pirate in addition to other creature types. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like that whole card where the guy's wearing the necklace and diving underwater. I forgot what it's called. Where it changes all creature types in the deck, the game, your hand, the graveyard. Every zone basically changes it to whatever your choice is. But it's like if you don't get it out, then you have no tribal synergy. And if you do, then you do. But there's only 4 of it in a 60-card deck, so it doesn't work. Same with this. So it's like if you're going to include like 3 non-pirates and you want the whole, oh, I attacked with a pirate this turn, so I get a treasure or whatever, some kind of trigger, you got to rely on this coming out, which is stupid. So the whole type shifting thing, I guess you can't rely on it, but it's just like it would be nice. But then it's like, why aren't you running all pirates? So I don't know. I just think that's a little bit weird. But the +2 in menace, that's pretty good, especially for an equip 1. I mean, 3 is a little steep, but +2 in Menace? Not really. So whenever Captain's Hook becomes unattached from a permanent, destroy that permanent. Now that's crazy because the pirates are all into stealing ownership, or I should say control, not ownership, of a creature until the end of turn. So then you want sacrifice engines, which there already are enough of them. So all you have to do is steal it, first main phase, attach this to it by equipping it, pay 1, and then swing with it, and then during your second main phase, if it's still around, unequip it, boom, it's gone, just like that. Now that's a little mana heavy, it's a little compared to, like, I think there's a couple cards where it just says sacrifice a creature, and that is the cost, so you don't actually have to pay mana to do it. It's just, oh, I've got your creature, and now it's in the graveyard, just straight up. I built a deck like that, and I don't think I ever uploaded the deck list or the video because it's just weaker. So this card's pretty good. It's pretty useful. It really fits with the pirates. But if you just go by like the first 2 lines, +2 in Menace for 3 equip 1, I'd play it just for that. And this is going to be just bonkers in the pre-release because this is going to be so powerful. If they have to double block and you got +2 attack, you're going to take out 2 defenders usually, or blockers, not defenders. Next up, Draft Weekend. That must be release day, I think. So it's January 20th and 21st. If that's a Friday, I don't know. What they're saying is you're supposed the day that it comes out, because nobody had time to get the cards and build the deck, your LGS is supposed to hold a draft day, and so I guess they call it Draft Weekend. So assuming that that's correct and that's when it's released, that's what it is. And I did agree with that decision, but I also hate drafts, so I could go either way on it. So participate in the Draft Weekend event January 20th, 21st, 2018, and you could walk home or drive home with a bounty, Brass's bounty, to be specific. Wow. I mean, if it's an identifying statement, either a semicolon or a comma should be there. Anyway, this is Blake Rasmussen, people. Just get over it. For each land you control, create a colorless treasure artifact token with, well, you guys know what they do. That 7 is unplayable. Absolutely, completely unplayable. There is one exception, and that's if you have like 4 lands and 3 treasures in play. You could play this, sacrifice all the treasures, and get 1 extra treasure. Woo! So once again, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed the pattern, but red rares and red mythics have been pathetic. They've been pathetic for like 12 set releases. So, I mean, in every set, there's always just like a garbage quality mythic red and usually a couple bad rares. And they're almost always sorceries and they almost always cost too much. So here it is. This does next to nothing. It's just so bad. Unless you can reduce the cost of the spell, or if you have 6 lands and 1 treasure, I guess, or 5 and 2. I mean, I guess, like, this is so narrow and so specific and so unlikely to work, and it's a dead, useless card in your opening hand. Just terrible. And it's ironic that it's for Draft Weekend, because you would never pick this up in a draft. Anyway, Friday Night Magic tokens, which have come in the place of, like, real prizes. Finally, we'll have 3 new double-sided tokens that will probably raise more questions than answer. What is the city's blessing? Well, that's a Razka, so there's your answer. What's a rekindling phoenix? I don't know, where do they reference that? I guess I'll read them in a second. What is that merfolk staring at? Me? The camera? I don't care. I do not have that question. So many questions! Okay. Ooh, a hexproof 1/1. Love those. Glad those are back. What's on the back? All right, treasure. That's cool. Wait, I think that's the same one they're already giving out. That's wonderful. City's blessing? What? Once you have ascended to the highest temple of Araska, the power of the Immortal Sun is yours to wield forever. Do you need to get this out to play the Immortal Sun, the card itself? The card doesn't reference that. I hope not. Let's see, what does this say? Elemental. Ooh. Oh, that's right. There's elementals all over the city. We already knew that. They leaked the images a long time ago. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature and return target card named Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. Cool. I mean, Phoenix cards have been notoriously weak lately, but Whatever, might not be too bad, I guess. I hope that it's not like they're not bringing Embalm back, because I like it. It's a good mechanic, but we have like enough of it, and I've had enough of it in games because I don't like killing stuff repeatedly. But it's probably just that one card. You know, it says, oh, when this creature dies, create this token. You know, 0/1 token. Yeah. Next up, we got an Illusion, which is obviously going to be a Jace thing. Will it be a Jace card or Jace Planeswalker? I think it will not be another Jace Planeswalker. That would be excessive. When this creature becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it, so it is a true illusion, and it's just a 2/2, not flying. Nothing real special there, a little fragile. And we got a Saproling. Oh, good, those are back. I hate Saprolings. Okay, so my friend has an all Saproling commander deck, and it is just absolute AIDS in card form. So, yeah. Go Saprolings. I think that... wait, it might be half Saprolings, half fungus. I think it uses fungi. I don't remember. All I know is I hate it. It's not even good, it's just annoying. Like, he never wins with it, but it is just so annoying of a deck. Oh, yeah. So I really do want to know what City's Blessing is. Because it almost implies that they're doing like an emblem, but it doesn't say emblem. It also has a rarity indicator, which is really weird, but it's clearly not framed to be a card in your deck. It is just a thing, but it's not necessarily a token because it doesn't act like a permanent. And actually... oh, yeah, it says F&M promo on the bottom. The number's different. I was going to say you could read into that, but not really. So yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I think they might have a standard mechanic about like taking over the city, and it'll be kind of like the Monarch or whatever from Conspiracy. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. But I feel like how would that work if you're running like an all Amonkhet deck? I mean, would it even work? Or I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it, but it kind of sounds neat. So I don't know. Whatever. If you want to play King of the Hill with the Razka, then let's do it. I'm game. Yeah, they could be trolling us. This is from Explorers of Ixalan, but I feel like somebody would have said that by now. So anyway, that's about it for that. They literally do not end the article. He just ends it with, oh, here's some stuff, the end. Like, except he doesn't say the end. Seriously, Blake? Like, write better articles. So those are the spoilers for now. Are you excited? I know the answer is no, because every single Magic set that's been released in the last year has been garbage, totally worthless. Fun mechanics, good design, good lore, good storyline, usual, but value-wise, just no, which is good for you if you just buy singles. So it's like I said, always two faces to that. I'm always way massively biased because I sell standard cards for now. That might change in the very near future because boycott, Wizards, obviously. But other than that, it's like, okay, I get to play for cheap, but nothing has been able to compete with Energy terribly well at the pro level. At the F&M level, Energy's been getting crushed. There's plenty of decks out there that beat it. So it's like, whatever, but I just never got that into Rivals. I'm like, I don't think dinosaurs are that cool. The 4 tribes are tribes. I never did like tribals because, like, are you going to play the Pirates deck, the Merfolk deck, and there's just one way to build it that's empirically better than the rest, and that's just boring because I like to be creative, So it's not just, oh, hand me a template, I'll build it. Yay, look, I accomplished something. That's just stupid. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Dominaria, honestly, at this point, more than Rivals. But maybe you guys have a different sentiment. So if you do, leave it down in the comments section, and I will see you guys next video.